And I said, what? Hey, you told this story? He said, yeah, who cares? So it goes this way. So there's some, I don't, it might have been Yankees Mets. It's a big baseball game, and Brian Kilmeade wants to go to the game. And so he's got an extra ticket, so he asked Bill O'Reilly, you want to come with me to the game tonight? And O'Reilly said, all right. So they go to the game. And then O'Reilly gets kind of bored late in the game, and they leave. They leave early. And it turns out this game winds up having, there's a fantastic comeback by the team that was behind, like miraculous, and they missed it because they left early because O'Reilly just wanted to go home. So people are asking Kilmeade the next day, so, I mean, it must have been really exciting being at that game. He said, well, you know, Bill wanted to leave early. Ah, that's too bad. But sure, you know, when you were driving home, you know, when you heard it on the radio, that must have been awesome. Well, we didn't have, that wasn't what we had on the radio. Well, what did you have on the radio? The rerun of the O'Reilly Factor from that day. But when you look at these people, not one of them will talk about nullification, right? None. Not a word. This is all going on, even though none of the self-imposed leaders of the Tea Party or anything else have endorsed it. None of them have. And yet it's going on. It's miraculous. And these people won't even report on it. Now, Walter Williams will report on it when he fills in for Rush Limbaugh, because Walter Williams is fearless, and I respect that guy. But they'll go back and they'll say, isn't that funny? The people I listen to every day won't touch this topic with a 10-foot pole. Huh. Third thing they'll learn is the narrow range of allowable opinion in the United States. Now, some of you know my sort of shtick on this, which is that it's as if there's a 3x5 card issued to every American at birth, listing all the opinions you are allowed to have. These opinions range all the way from Hillary Clinton to Mitt Romney. And that whole area, you can say whatever you want, think whatever you want. But if you stray from that card, we're not going to refute you. We being the New York Times and the media and the politicians, we're not going to bother refuting you. You don't deserve to be refuted. We're just going to point out, hey, extreme person here. He has an opinion that doesn't fall between Hillary Clinton and Bob Dole, so there must be something wrong with this person. And that's where nullification is. Nullification isn't anywhere near that 3x5 card. I mean, I don't know where you guys in this room are. I mean, like some other galaxy somewhere. But nullification is not on that card, so therefore, you can't even talk about it. Even though it seems plausible, right? Isn't the premise of nullification at least plausible that the federal government could do things over and over and over that are unconstitutional because no one can really challenge it? Oh, the Supreme Court, which is part of the federal government, could challenge it. Yeah, how's that been going? Right? Year and year after year, they have combed the books and can't find anything unconstitutional, except two totally irrelevant things, or something. And so now people realize, wait a minute, well, why can't we debate? Why can't we even talk about this without being smeared? And like, it helps them to realize this ideological prison they're trying to confine us in. People need to see that. They get told things like, you can't hold this opinion because the Civil War settled this. Okay, the Civil War was not fought over nullification. And in fact, it's interesting to note that when South Carolina seceded from the Union in 1860, one of its complaints was that it was sick and tired of the North engaging in nullification. And then Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, in his farewell speech to the U.S. Senate, says he's sick of nullification by the North. So, okay, yeah, I guess nullification had something to do with the war, except it's the exact opposite of what the propagandists say about it. But when you say the Civil War settled this, I mean, what you're basically saying is, if you're having a philosophical dispute, violence will determine who's better, who's right. And I wonder, my gosh, I would so hate to be the 8-year-old son of people who hold this view. You know, I get beaten up on the playground, I come home, I got a bloody nose and a black eye, and my parents would be saying, well, you must have been wrong. I mean, look, you got the crap kicked out of you. Obviously, it's all settled. But much better than this, much better, is this reply from Bob Murphy, your friend. Bob Murphy, host of the Bob Murphy Variety Hour at PorcFest this year. Bob said, couldn't we just as easily say, if we want to be perverse, couldn't we, if they're going to say the Civil War settled this, couldn't we say, well, presidents who violently suppressed secession, I guess they were settled by John Wilkes Booth. that people will learn when they get involved in this cause is that the so-called the official institutions of conservatism and libertarianism will not touch the idea of nullification with a 10-foot pole. Nope, 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 you peons, shut your mouths. We have our legal experts here who tell you can't do that, so shut up, send us some money, and we'll write another policy report that gets thrown in the garbage can. That's what happens. I don't think I need to mention any names. I think we know which institutions I'm talking about. And by the way, no. But note to my ringers, don't say anything now. We'll let people think about this on their own. The fifth thing that people